Oh, good afternoon, guys. Give me a second here. Let's see, this one's got to come down. Hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend so far. I'm here. Good to see you, good old Ron here. Let's get this camera in the right spot. Sorry, guys. Alright, there we go. Well, got a little bit more work done. As you can see, there's a big black box on the ground here. Let's see. Let's get my light. Alright, there we go. Now you guys can probably see what the heck's going on. Good old Ron, what the heck you up to? Glad to see you here. Glad to see all of you guys that could make it. All right. So the plan today is we're gonna take and make all the nice shiny black stuff look old and rusty. Kind of did a test piece to make sure I liked it and how it was gonna work. I'm pretty happy with it. So that's what we're gonna do to the rest of these parts. So what we're gonna need is my magic jar of dust. Now we'll start with the pan. And my magic liquid. Finally got some cool weather. Well, I'm glad that it finally cooled off over there for you. So, magic powder. Looks like rust, but it is, basically. First step I did is just brushed on a layer of this wonderful dust. Get it in every nook and cranny. Butch, glad to see you're here. Had a tornado come through my town yesterday. Holy crap. Let's see, we got Max in the house. Hi guys, first time. One of your lives. Hope to see that twin turbo. Well, when we get it a little bit more in here, we'll talk about what's going on with Copperhead. An update on some other things. So that is on my agenda. Max, welcome. We're all friendly here, except for Mr. Ron there. Watch out for him. He kind of bites. But if you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to answer. We're all here to help each other out. I am certainly glad that you made it to the live stream. Well, Mike, I'm glad everything is fine. That sucks a tornado went through your town, but I'm glad you're okay. That could be a pretty scary ordeal. Luckily, I live in Utah. I've had a couple tornadoes strike through, but not a ton. They've been far and in between. Alright, so we got rust powder on. Now we're going to turn that kind of rust powder. Oh, this stuff stinks. Oh no, not John. John, welcome. Glad you could make it. We're just going to brush this lovely liquid concoction on here. Where'd I get the powder from? That powder is made by me. It is actually a byproduct of this. You can kind of see on the side here, it's got this rough texture on the side of this cup. If you make this in a big enough batch and you leave the lid off for a little while, it dries out and becomes that powder. That's my secret mix, yes. My secret mix. One day I will reveal how to make this what's in the cup. I learned it from a guy. I've asked him a couple of times if he would allow me to share his concoction. He was nice enough to share it with me, but he is not quite ready to share it with the world. And I understand, because the results that come out of this powder and liquid and everything is absolutely amazing. If you guys have watched any of my builds, my diorama or the viewer's choice build or anything like that, this is the same concoction. So I want to get this a little heavier kind of in places. You can move this liquid around, dry it up in places. And the next step, I'm going to move the mic out of the way so it doesn't get extremely loud. Hopefully you guys saw that change right before your eyes. It goes kind of from a liquid to rust. Now I'm going to add a flat clear over top of this so it'll actually kind of die down. It'll end up being more kind of like the rust that we did on the body. Looked like this, and then I put the flat clear over top of it and it dies down quite a bit. So right now it looks pretty extreme. So it will die down probably by half when I put a kind of flat clear over top of it. Once this dries a little bit more, I'll go over with my powder again. These parts I've already put the powder on. I'm just going to set them over here to dry. This is all just the suspension components, so John, how's the Cadillac going? Dust brush. So we'll get this frame all dusted up. Alright, for those guys that have watched my live for a while, if you notice there's anything missing from what you guys see, we'll start there. We'll see how observant you guys are. Yeah, full throttle got it. My logo is missing. Okay. That's 1 point for Butch. Why do you think that is? Why do you think my logo is gone? No dragging on the workbench. Yep, that's correct. Why do you think that is? We've talked about it before, what's going on. Plexiglass logo, yep. You guys all get brownie points there. Wrong bin. Getting lights set back up. You're on the right track. Some of you guys may know and remember that I am building, well, I'm not, my lovely brother is building my custom desk. he has my logo, so he can get that figured out, get my logo recessed in, get the lights back in it, because I know some of you guys missed the lights. Having it put into my new workbench. You are correct. Alright, so other update. What's going on with Copperhead? I've had a couple people shoot me messages on Instagram wondering what's going on with Copperhead. Well, Copperhead is still getting its makeover, getting its new frame built. Hopefully I'll have it in hand by next live stream. I know we've added a bunch of new components to it. Jeff, glad to see you around, buddy. We've added some new components, some new bracings. Let me dry this off and I'll continue. Finally cooled down here. Oh, that's good. So let's say this is Copperhead's motor. I know it's not. We're adding a new brace underneath the transmission right behind the bell housing. So we've added another brace there just because of the power of that motor and everything. The turbos, if you remember, they kind of sit out here. We're taking right off the back side of the turbo, running basically a straight pipe to where the door jams meet. So that's going to be the exhaust that he is going to be designing in 3D printing for that. So I believe he was going to send it off to me last week. I was hoping I'd get it by the weekend, but I'm not 100% sure if he sent it off yet. Once I actually have it in hand and everything, we'll do a live unboxing of it, and we'll also or I will reveal who is doing the motor. Alright, so we're going to rust up this motor too. And how you actually can get a hold of the guy that's doing my 3D printing parts. So he is working on some social media pages, so it'll be a little easier to get a hold of him that way too. Really super nice guy to work with. Understands cars. He's the one that kind of, I guess, talked me into the transmission brace and some of the other braces. So that's what's going on with Copperhead. I haven't heard anything on my shop cards yet. I know he said it takes about 3 weeks to do a single drawing, and he is doing a double drawing, and the cars are not parallel like this. They're 3/4 view, so it's going to take him a little bit of work to get those done. And when they're here, depending on how close they are to a live stream, or I may do a unboxing video on those when they show up. The desk is being worked on. I went over Friday night to my brother's and talked about the final design and what I want and what sizes and everything like that. I'm really super excited. I'm actually kind of more excited to shoot the video. I figured I'd put a camera up in the top corner of the room and just do a time lapse of ripping the room apart and rebuilding it and everything like that. So I think that could be a lot of fun. I'll get this motor dried down here. It should be a fun video. I'm kind of excited for it. See the old desk set up. You'll get to see the new spray booth and everything like that. So see it all come together over a weekend. So depending on where I am in the whole thing, I may throw one of my cameras up in the corner and just keep working and talking to you guys if it goes through on a Sunday of where I'm at and what's going on. So 114 degrees, good grief. That's a little warm. My favorite import. Oh my good grief. So glad to have you guys back. Just make live streams so entertaining. You guys pick on each other so much. Alright, so we got a rusty motor, but it's still too nice of a motor. Now, where are I thought I had some black wash. It was hot yesterday. I can tell it was 100 and something yesterday. I don't know what today's is. It's supposed to be a hot one today. Not 114, that's for sure. Let's see what the high is today. Looks like 100 degrees today, but Monday and Tuesday is 102. So it ain't getting that hot. Use some brown. And it looks like I might have to make some black wash. Where are my acrylics? Oh, make noise, lots of noise. Alright, guys, give me a second here. I don't know where my black is. That's alright, we'll use this. And a brush. Boink. Kind of brush this in places, add some detail here. It's not a very well maintained motor for the last little while. $72 now, gosh, that would be nice. Then we'll go back. If you guys remember, I changed my location of my desk. And now my lighting all kind of sucks, so I'm going back to that location where my old desk originally was, and we'll have back the original lighting. Much better lighting, I should say. Maybe we'll sprinkle a little dust powder on this too. Back on to my stand. Yeah, she's definitely not a very clean, maintained motor. Take some of this too, a little rust. Bloop. Thank you. Mix it in here. We'll add layers of color here. Layers is good. Especially when it comes to old and antique. John says he has the caddy done already. You got a video of it, John? I'm slacking on videos, believe me. Make it look like some oil maybe coming out through here. You guys finish models faster than I can. About the only build time I get is the morning of Sunday and Saturday night to get ready for today's live. I'll have to go back a little bit, John, and take a gander. Make it look like she's got a bad leak out of the oil pan. Just adding layers of color. Hey, when did you get their microphone? Now we're just going to kind of blend them together. Oh, that's a dirty looking motor. I didn't even work for 2 months and just painted it Friday. Very nice. That's a pretty grody looking motor. So let's grab some of this. I'm just sprinkling some of this dust powder to give it a little texture. Couple other builds done also, huh? Well, you guys see how fast I build. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It looks a little old. My OBS disappeared. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, back here, OBS. So, she looks a little old and decayed. She's been sitting there for a little while in the engine bay. Let's see if I thought it's been some months before it's done. Yeah, that's kind of how Copperhead's gonna be. Alright, suspension. Front, rear, whatever this thing's called. It's still wet. Let's dry it off. Ugh. Get me. Stuff's falling. Why are you falling? Alright, let's do some assembling. So, I need my tape. And toothpicks. AK metal paints. Is this something I need to be aware of? Hey, just stay where I want you to. Thank you. Alright, a little piece of tape. Oops, I need to get these in there first. Damn me. Oh, my workbench is a disaster now. Really? No, the joys of model building. Come on, just go in the hole. And stay in the hole. Way better than Alclads, huh? Come on. more durable. That is a problem with Alclads. I've never used that stuff before you're talking about. But I know with Alclads you can mix and get some really unique colors. Softly. Let's see, I need these spindles. Spindle. I think I gotta pick this back up. Julian groove. There we go. In fact, you're looking at an Alclad color. It's just off screen. Make sure these are sitting straight. This, I don't know how well it is going to show up. Let's see how bad it will look if I flip this on. This is a custom Alclad mix that I did for the Catalina. I know this light kills my backboard. Cameras readjust. And it looks really wicked with the white walls. And then the blue of the car. It's a really, really cool color. Needs now for rear suspension. Corner hole. Thank you. Let's see if I remember right. Oh, sit right here. That gives me the correct ride height. Gotta work a little quicker because my glue's setting up. Goes under there. Locates axle. There. out now. There we go. Sorry guys, sometimes I got to do this off camera. This back down. It's purge. Watch everything else fall apart. Ah! Score! I win. Well, we have a front and rear axle. Well, rear axle and front suspension, I should say. All its rusty components. Let's see if I still... Oh, that's kicked already. So let's mix up a little more and we'll get this thing glued down. Alright, let's find the post that it uses. Don't mind my scratches, I'll fix those. Alright, then we have a rusted out motor. Let's see what it looks like in here. I kind of like it. Looks a little old and rusty underneath. Clean out this brush real quick. Let's see here. Oh, what do you guys think? It is slammed. Wanted this thing just a little bit lower. So it is slammed just a hair. Still got to put clear on these wheels, but we can take a better look at them. Traditional wheel, and then old school white wall. But with that color, it looks really freaking good. Except for that's a front wheel. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's different, it's unique. Still got to figure out what I want to do. Oh, it goes there. With the interior on this, I've been looking at pictures of the stock interior. And these Catalinas had a really unique pattern. On the seats and everything. Let's see. No, you close. What did I do with that picture? Keep using this. So the stock has a dark blue that runs here and down the center. The pleats here were a lighter blue, and then down the center was a white on the seats. It's really kind of unique, and I think I'm going to go that same route with the interior. The door panels looked like they were kind of two-toned with a blue carpet on it. Well, let's take a gander here. Come on. In you go. The engine that just fell out. Screwdriver. Just curious on how this motor looks. Everything's not perfectly lined up. Oh, my frame just fell off. That's cool. I like it though. So let's pop it off and reclamp my frame back on. John, you seem to have the worst luck with stuff sometimes. Let's throw one right here. Till that dries. I love my dog. He's always in every single build. Well, guys, still haven't tried the new airbrush. Well, what are you waiting for, John? Well, guys, I think we're going to end it here. We'll have to figure out what we're working on for the next live stream. Hopefully parts come in the mail. So, till next time, guys. Christmas. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.